Welcome guys. This is Nick from Robisearch Limited. I'm going to take you through how to tutorials for each and every part in the property management system. So remember that Robisearch Limited is an ICT company offering innovative solution globally. So if you are there, if you want our property management system, remember you can have our property management system. So what we are going to cover today, one, I'm going to show you how to add a property management a plot in the system, how to add a house, how to add charges, how also to invoice, bulk invoicing, how also to do meter readings, and so on. So please stay tuned, and I believe that at the end of this presentation you are going to learn a lot from me. So I'm Nick, so welcome. So basically adding a product, or sorry, adding a plot, you just come here, manage house. Under manage house you will find a section add plot. So here basically you will come, you you enter a rental, then the plot name we can say uh, um, morning plaza. At the morning plaza you can also key in the location, that is Nairobi. We also have Landlord, then we also have the agent. So under that also we have number of houses in that plot. Let's say you have like I'm just going to do two, let me just do three. We have three. Country is Kenya. Then let's say you have a bank name by the name KCB, account number, branch name, and so on. So under that I can also activate charges. Let's say it's landlord only. I can also activate agent tax only. I can also activate both landlord and agent. Then I can key in the percentage under this part. We also have management fee stroke commission. This is whereby in a scenario whereby there there is a management running the plots, they can always enter their commission here or their percentage. So for this case I'm not going to enter any tax. We have penalty type. This is whenever they they have they have exceeded the time they are supposed to pay, they can be penalized. We also have penalty charges in percentage or in in percentage yenye umeweka. Tuseme kama hapa uliweka percentage ama tuseme hapa uliweka amount. So now depending on the type you have chosen, you can enter your charges. Then from this side we have display arrears. This means that if there is any arrears from the previous month, they are going to be displayed in the statement power co-parent. This means if these people have been given how do we call it, they have been given a loan maybe to stay in that house, you can display that. We also have display penalty, display water, display garbage. So these display are what are going to appear in the statement. So after that you can enter your automatic monthly invoicing date, then automatic penalty date. So that is how number one to add a plot. So that's it. I'm going to show you how to also upload houses in the system. So there are two basic ways on how you can add houses. Number one, you can add houses under this section. You come here, Morning Plaza, then we have houses. Then you add, let's say it's house number one. Let's say you have F1. Then you can choose the floor. I'm going to show you where you are going to key in the rent cost. We have the floor, it's crowd, select room type, double. Then from this section you can also choose the tax you want to display. If that house, specific house, has a tax, you can enter. But remember, if you had added in the adding plot section, you don't need to do it here. So we also have water meter number, maybe it's F001. We also have water rate, let's say it's at 200. We also have water standing charge at 300. You can you can always add there. So for example, we also have, if you want the specific meter number messages to be here, you can do it in this section. So whenever you have invoiced, you can you can do it. So that is it. That is how to add house. So basically, if you come under accommodation, then under this section you will find our F1 here. So that is how you go that is how you go about when adding house. Option number two, how to number two add a house. You can come here under manage house. You use this you use this template, upload houses. There is this template, download houses template. So when you download it, it's going to give you something like this, houses. We have this one, we have these houses. So what you're supposed to note is you're supposed to note the plot code. For example, this is the this is the code of that house, code number 16. This is the code. So whenever you are uploading your houses, you just come here, then you enter code number 16, then you highlight it just like that. Then for now, because I only want to add two, I'll just delete these columns. Then the house type, so let's say it's F2, house number, sorry, house number is F2. Then the type, is it double, is it on? So if they have any amount, if they have any balance, any deposit, you can always key in there. So I'm going to save my template there. Then I'm just going to come here, then under upload houses, I have my I have to choose now the template that I have in the system. So I'll just come here under houses, then open it, then select the type, the category, that is we have rentals or accommodation. So you can, because we are dealing with rentals, I'm just going to say upload rentals. So when I'm going to come here, you will see I have uploaded F2, F3. So note that carefully. So how to number 3 now, or number 4, I'm going to show you how to activate charges in your plot. So how to activate charges, you come to manage house, then you go to all plots. Then after that, we have our morning plaza here. You can just come here, more, activate charges. You realize the system have default charges by default. For example, if you come to view all charges available, so these are the charges that are available. But in case there is a missing charge, you can always come here, add payment charge. You enter the charge name, the priority, then the HS code if there is any. So you can enter the charge name, the priority, and so on. So we all have all payment charges. How to activate them, you just come here and manage house, then all plots, then more, then activate. So for example, I want to add a new charge in this plot. So what I'm going to do, charge name is let's say we have garbages. I'm just going to say it's garbage. Then maybe I'm charging for that plot for garbage collection 500. Then I want to activate it in all rooms, then add that charge. After I've added that charge, maybe I have rent charges. I'm just going to come here I say it's rent. Then from there, maybe I charge 10,000. I can just come here, select, then activate to all rooms, then yes, add description. Maybe I also charge, me as a landlord, I also charge, let's say let's say I also charge for service charge. For example, I can just come here and key in the service charge, then activate in all rooms. Then after that, add that charge. So I'm going to work with this. So we have this. So when we have the charges, now we can invoice. But don't forget, we have also meter. For there are people who have also meter readings. So I can just come here, water, then select. And there are those people who are charged, let's say 200 per house, or there are others who are charged depending on the meter. So I'm going to do the meter way, so as you can understand. So I'm just going to come here, yes, activate in all rooms. So number 5, I'm going to show you how to do meter readings in the system. So how do you do meter readings in the system? So I come here, accommodation, then here in this section we have meter readings. But kindly note, before you do a meter reading, you must update the meter number. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to come here, update charge. So remember, for this one that I have uploaded, they don't have any meter numbers. So I'm just going to come here, F2, then the water rate, maybe it is 200, then the the charge is 300, the starting charge. So for this, I'm just going to select the floor. Then from there, I'm just going to to select the status. I will say it's vacant, ready. Then from there, I can just update that room. So we have our meter number F02. and then I can do a final one. We have this one. So I'm going to come here, then update charges. So I'm going to to rate it, the status is vacant ready. Then I will select the floor, let's say it's a ground floor. Then for this one we don't have the number of the beds, so I'm going to leave it blank. So we have F or 3. Then the monthly water rate, let's say it's 200. Then we have the water standing charge, let's say it's 300 also. So with that I'm going to update. So that is how you update the charges. But not forgetting, before you do meter readings you must upload members. So I'm going to jump quickly on how to upload members in bulk in the system. So under accommodation you can come here, we have this section for manage customers. Then under this we have all tenant upload members. We have this template, so when you have downloaded we have something like this, tenant XL. So it's keen you you note the product code. So it's 16 basically. So I'm just going to come here, 16 16. Then I'm going to delete this one and this one. So I'm going to work with this as the I'm going to work with this that I have to show you how it works. Sorry for that. So let me just add any number. Let me just add that. So let's assume we have that one. Let's assume we have that one, and then we are going to work with this one. So let me just add, the house number is F1, we have F2, and we also have F3 in our case. So I can confirm in my template whether it is the same. So we have F1, F2, F1. So I save. So I save. So I save this. Sorry for that. Sorry for that. Sorry for the distraction. So let me just save. So after that I'm going to come here and upload the members. So I'm just going to select tenants, open, then upload the members. So after I've uploaded, we have accommodation here. We have it, as you can see, this red status means that the house is occupied. So I'm going to show you now how to do meter readings in that particular plot. So how to do it, you just come here, start meter reading, then you select water, then meter type ni water. Then under this you can select the plot, which is Morning Plaza. Then after that we have we are going to start. So after starting, this is the meter readings. So I'm just going to come here. Let's say the opening balance for that is let's say the opening was 200. Then in other words, the previous reading, this maybe is 300 and this maybe is 400. So I'm just going to save. Sorry, I'm just going to save. Let's say it's 279. I'm just going to save it. Then and this one, let's say it's 349, then save. So I'm just going to close the meter readings. So I just come here, select water meter type, then closing date is the month we are, then you select the plot, Morning Plaza. So remember, the system can have multiple plots and so on. So with this I will just come here, month to open. Once I have closed, the system will automatically open the other month. In other words, the closing of this month, the closing of this month is the opening of the next month. So I'll just come here, I open the month of August. So I close. After closing, I'm just going to enter now the closing to 10. Let's say now here it's 288, and let's say here it's 354. Then close the readings in bulk. So after I've closed, you will realize the system has opened automatically for 08. That is the month of August, and has closed the month of July, as you can see, and this is the total payment. So after I've done this, I'll now go to bulk invoicing. Our system has this bulk invoicing. This is whereby instead of invoicing one by one, I means you can come here, invoice manually here, then you add rent and other charges. Then from here you can always add rent, you can always say yes and yes. Then after that you can add bulk invoicing. So that is how to do it manually. And instead of doing manually, when you have multiple, you can just come here, manage houses, activate, you can come here, then you activate the charges. So sorry, not activate the charges, you can come here, all plots, then you do bulk utilities invoicing. So after you come this under this section, you can come bulk utilities invoice, then you select, you can come here, you select the month you want to invoice. So there are two options, there are many options actually, but let me tell it too. We have invoice everything. This is whereby you invoice everything, all charges you invoice them, but you can decide to invoice one by one. But for me, I'm going to do invoice everything, then you add bulk invoicing. So as you can see, we have invoiced, then we have invoiced Oliver and Amisi, and so with that, now you can receive the payment after you have invoiced them. And how do you receive the payment in the system? So you just come here more. Another tutorial is how to receive the payment. You just come here at the more button, you pay. At the pay, you will now be able to enter the amount that Deno has paid. So you can just come here, he has paid via MPESA, then you select, let's say he has paid 14,000, sorry, then you process the payment. After you have processed the payment, the system is going to show you that he has an overpayment of 200. Then from there you save bulk invoicing. So under this also you can generate a receipt. For example, this is it. This is a statement basically. Then he has paid this and he has zero balance. So under this section you can also come here, payment history, you can print this receipt. So this is the receipt. So we'll have receipt, but if you are doing it automatically, we have our bulk SMS, it will send automatic receipt. So you can also receive payment, you can also come here, you receive the payment, the payment. Maybe basically now you have the deposit. Maybe F2 had paid for deposit, you can come under bookings. Then under bookings we have this section for all bookings, you can update, then you add a deposit. For example, deposit payment of 5,000. So whenever whenever Oliver is leaving, you can always refund them under this section, refund. Then you enter the amount to refund, mode of payment, and so on. So for example, let's say Oliver is transiting, you can just come here, mode of payment, MPESA, receipt number. You can always key in the receipt number, transaction code if there is any, and so on. Then you come here, you refund. Now after you have refunded, you'll be able to now see a statement on the refunds done, and so on. So we have that you have successfully done a refund. So if we return, our house will have turned to green, meaning that for example, let me just use this one more, then come here and check him out because we have refunded. So how to check one out, you just come here, then yes, you check him out. So with that, we have our house vacant. So checking in someone and new tenant also, instead of uploading, you can just come here, you add tenant, you fill in the details, date of birth, and so on. After you have filled the details, now you can come here and select their name. Then after that, you allocate that house. So under this section also, you can also write the overpayment. So that's it. I'm going to show you now how to run the reports, the statement. So we have manage rentals, we have view statement. Under view statement, you are able to see statement per plot. We have our morning plaza. You can be able to see the statement. So these are the statement, water, arrears, there is no other. The statement is going to show you vacant, garbage, water deposit, and so on. So it's going to show you total rent expected, total money corrected, and so on. So these are additional correction in that case, and grad total. So also you can print that, and so on. So you can also filter if you want to display only payment under that, and so on. Display type, if you want don't display other correction, the system will do that for you. We have another one, summary report. If you want to see in summary, let's say you want to see the utility charges, you can come here, then you select summary invoice. invoices, existing balances, existing deposit, existing overpayment. You can be able to run those reports. For now, maybe I want to see payments only, then view. So if I come here, I'm going to see that Deno has already paid. Let's say also I want to see deposit refunds. So I'm going to select morning plaza, then view the deposit refunds. So this is it, and that's it. So basically that's the basic part. You can also record the expenses, prot expenses. You can just come here, you record them. Yeah, these are samples of the prot expenses that you have. You can always print also those expenses. So basically that's it. You can those are just some of the few things that the basic things that you can do in our system. There is more things that are to be run. So if you are there and you are and you are much willing to, you are very willing to have our system, you can contact us. This is our number here under 0780655987. You can contact us even for a more depth demo whereby all your questions will be answered. So thank you so much. Thank you for choosing to listen to this. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you. You can visit us. We are located in Gara. In other words, we are located in along the Muru Road, opposite Jamhuri High School, in a building called Suraj Plaza. You can come. We are in the 5th floor. You can come and visit us. So thank you so much, and have a blessed time.